Now in their second season, Leadership of the Leaf with more cigar knowledge and more leadership insights. Two great leaders smoking great cigars. Here's our host, Austin and Dice. Grab a drink and jump in with a cut and a light.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Leadership of the Leaf. My name is Dice.
And I'm Austin.
All right. Hey Austin, how's it going, sir?
I'm good. How are you, Dice?
I'm doing quite well, my friend. And all right. Let's get the pleasantries.
Oh, pleasantries over. All right.
What are you smoking?
Ooh, I am smoking a Warfighter Tobacco Company, a 556 Garrison.
You don't say.
I do say, good sir. And what, pray tell, are you smoking?
I don't know how to say this, sir, but I am smoking a Warfighter cigar, 556 Garrison.
Ooh, we smoking the same cigar?
Yeah, boom, boom, baby.
Hey, it's like we planned it or something.
Today is going to be a good episode, my friend.
It is. But before we get into how great of an episode this is, I'm so stoked for this episode. I gotta know, what Hennessy are you pairing that Warfighter with?
Well, it's a Warfighter cigar, so I'm assuming it's a veteran-owned company.
It is a veteran-owned company.
All right, so my assumption is correct. I felt it was an honor to have VSOP with it.
There you go. I like it.
I think that's the best choice for this cigar.
Well chose. I like it. I am pairing it with an old fashioned made with Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey.
Okay, I respect that.
So, I want to go over our topics for today. We have a wonderful episode for you guys today. We actually were able to interview Wanda Hernandez from Stixx and Stones Production LLC.
Oh, Wanda Hernandez. Stixx and Stones, I see them on Instagram. I reached out and she was more than happy to share her passion of the cigar industry.
She has absolute passion. I loved it. So guys, just be aware, this is a pre-recorded interview. We had to meet with her at a different time than we normally do. So this is a little bit pre-recorded, so we're smoking different cigars in the interview. Don't let that throw you off. We are smoking the Warfighter. We will be talking about the Warfighter in this episode. But just so you guys are aware, we smoked different cigars because it's pre-recorded. But, so before we get into that, Dice, what is our leadership topic?
Our leadership topic is ancient. I don't want to say ancient. It's from, I say Socrates. How do you say it?
Socrates.
You say Socrates. Some people I heard say Socrates. But it's talking about the 3 sieve test.
Yes. All right, 3 sieve test. That's a good one. I'm excited for that. So let's jump in our interview with Wanda Hernandez from Stixx and Stones Production LLC.
Yeah, it is such a great interview. I can't wait till you guys hear it.
There you go. Yes, it means me gente. So that's every time I'm speaking with my followers, they are my people, and it's just it's really a cultural thing. You know, I'm Puerto Rican descent, born and raised in New York. So it's just something that we all can relate to. Thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for coming on.
No problem. I always enjoy meeting you people, especially, fellow brothers of the leaf who enjoy the cigar culture just as much as I do. So it's a pleasure.
Well, good. Yeah, speaking of cigars, I hope you're going to join us in smoking tonight.
Oh, definitely I am. I was going to actually start off with a placencia. However, since we're here, let's do it. I am developing Stixx and Stones cigars. And you know what? I have some of my samples here. So I have yet to try my second batch. So I'm going to try with you guys.
Oh, please. Yes.
Awesome,
yes.
awesome. Yeah, when it's ready, when it hits its ripe stage, I'll make sure to send you guys a few so you could give me your brutally honest opinion about it.
Oh, that would be
What's that
amazing.
laugh? What's that laugh, Dice?
When we smoke.
You know what? Listen, I'm a New Yorker. I'm seasoned in life. I don't like BS. And so if I ask for someone's honest opinion, that's exactly what I want. I want honesty. We only get better if, we can handle the truth. And everybody has a different palate, and it's fine, but I do like to listen because it may be something that, we share the same opinion. It may be a different perspective that I haven't thought about. And, I take that all into consideration. So
on our podcast, there's two things we do near the end. Our last segment is about leadership, and exactly what you just said, that's what we do. That's what we want to tell you, the honest opinion. We don't want to beat around the bush. We want to tell you. And at the end, after enjoying a cigar, what we do is we'll say, is it worth buying a single, 5-pack, or is it box worthy? So, of course, if you send us a sample, we'll try it out. We'll let you know if it's going to be box worthy, 5-pack, or single. We'll let you know.
Perfect. Thank you. I appreciate that. I think that when it gets to where it needs to be, you guys are going to agree it's box worthy. That's just, the bit of confidence that I have in my baby. Thank you. I am putting a lot in this. It really is the essence of my love for the cigar culture, and that's what I want people to feel when they smoke my cigars. I want them to understand how much work went behind it and how much care.
Yes.
Hopefully they get that and they enjoy it, and and whoever doesn't, well, they'll enjoy the next one. How about that?
There you go.
Yeah.
See, I love seeing people that have the passion for the industry actually create something for the industry, because that's how it moves forward.
Absolutely. Yeah, I completely agree. And this is what it is for, it's just not about myself. I'm very passionate about our culture, and I'm also very passionate about women in the culture, and also having people of my ethnic background being involved in the culture, not just, being a patron of, but also understanding what it means to be a cigar enthusiast, understanding the community and what that means. So that, like I said, it's my love letter. It's sincerely my love letter to the cigar enthusiast who just loves, being in the community, who loves a good stick. How about that?
There you go. I like it.
Yes.
So that's pretty much
I noticed, because I went to when I was at TPE, I went a few times, and I even messaged to see if he was going to TPE. I noticed the diversity that was building more and more, and I was actually seeing the different backgrounds that are making up the cigar industry nowadays, and I've actually seen more and more female and women involved.
Absolutely.
Of different colors and races. Is great to see that the brothers and sisters of the Leaf are doing that.
Absolutely. I think it's important, listen, we are an all-inclusive cultural and lifestyle brand for the cigar enthusiast. And the one thing that we do is offer unity. So for me, I could really care less what's your color, your creed, what's your background. It's, do you respect the culture? Do you appreciate the culture? Whether you're a novice or a veteran, it's, the respect that you have for the culture. Are you willing to? I'm learning every day. I never pretend to know it all. I've been a smoker for 12 years. I think I've developed a pretty good palate and understanding. However, I'm learning every day, and I have such an appreciation for, the fellow patrons of this culture where, sometimes you can learn from a novice. I've learned from a novice, You know, it's like when you start smoking, when I started smoking, it was just one of those things. I started out with a Fuentes, by the way, which I love. I love a good Fuentes. I've never been upset with the Fuentes cigar. But when I started, it really wasn't a great explanation as to how to. It was just basically, here, try this.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
yeah, it was one of those. And you just, I choked because God knew I didn't know how to do it. It was a big body, so God already knows. I'm like, whoa. And, never have smoked before. But, yeah, so I think it's important. It's important that you stay open to learning from, anybody who has the passion and the knowledge, in this industry. So yeah, I have a really great appreciation for it. So I'm really passionate about it, to be honest.
Oh, I can definitely tell, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. What are you guys smoking, by the way?
I'm smoking a Blanco. It's Above and Beyond.
Okay.
I got
to
it.
Try something.
Yeah. I got an Undercrown shade.
Nice. Very good. I've never tried what you're smoking. I've heard of it, Dice, but I've never tried it. Austin, yes. Great stick.
It's all one of my go-tos. This and the Maduro are probably my go-tos. But I'm hoping maybe I could get a new go-to. Just saying.
Fingers crossed. I'm just saying, fingers crossed. Listen. I think my passion will speak for itself. So, the open mind of, without bias, trying my cigars is something that I hope that can, that can happen when people, do choose to pick my stick up and, flame up and take that first draw in. Because for me, it's what was most important for me is knowing when I first pick a cigar up is the aroma. I know by the aroma. Yeah, pretty much 98% of the times, I know by the aroma if I'm going to enjoy the cigar.
Yeah.
So it was important for me to make sure that, I created something which tackles all the senses. It's given an experience. It has a beautiful texture. It's well made. It has a nice aroma. And then when the first third of your cigar, you're going to know if this is worthwhile. You're going to know. So, So this is actually one of my cigars. This is the Robusto. So this is a 5x52 and it's Dominican blend. Right? Not too crazy. It's nothing, I didn't want anything intimidating to start. It's not a big commitment. It's not a big commitment. It's made in DR. It has, a little bit of Cuban in there, a little bit of Honduras. It's a nice little mixture. You're gonna taste the San Andreas in there. So I think you guys are gonna like it. However, I will not do you wrong. I'll make sure when I know it's at its perfection, that's when I'm gonna send it.
Oh, perfect.
I'm
excited.
Yes.
No disrespect needs to be given, guys.
No, that sounds right up our alley. That all that whole blend sounds right up me and Dice's alley.
And same here. You take that.
Yeah, the color looks.
It's
a perfect color.
It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. Look at this. Look at this here. Look at this. It's a gorgeous. Yeah. It's a gorgeous stick. But yeah, you're gonna get a bit of. I'm a full body girl myself, so you're gonna get that cedar, which I just absolutely love. I just love the earthy tones, and so yeah. So So yeah, I'm talking about it very passionately.
Absolutely, I love it.
Would you say the cedar is like at the forefront, or would you say the cedar is like just a good note that's blend in with?
It's a good note that's blending with.
Okay, perfect.
And we're actually, when as packaging goes, when it's in its cellophane, it's gonna be wrapped with cedar. So I just really love the fact of adding. I add extra cedar to my humidor. I just have a thing about it. So I was like, how can I? I was thinking to myself, how can I continue to keep the essence of the cedar as we pack it along? And I was like, shoot, that's easy. Plenty cigars do this. I'm like, that's not it's a no-brainer. So I think it's really important. I think it's for me, I really appreciate when I purchase a cigar and it does have the cedar wrapping around it. I just think it just gives it that extra panache in the taste.
Those cigars are probably some of my favorite cigars that are wrapped with the cedar. You look at Southern Draw, Jacob's Ladder. You have Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust.
That's the one I was going to bring up.
Yeah, you got the Sin Compromiso, and the thing that I like about the cedar is it adds that flavor, but it also makes the packaging look that much classier. Absolutely,
it's just so clean. Yeah, and it's just so clean and classy, and it's like it has a multi-function. I'm Puerto Rican. Listen, we all look. We look for things that are multifunctional. So one object has to do like 3 different things. So, so I just love the fact that it's an essential. I find it to be an essential. I mean, honestly. So I think, just having, I actually take a thin piece of cedar wood and I grate it. And and when I grate it, because it releases the oils, it releases the aroma of the cedar, and I drop it into either a plastic container like this or my humidor, and just kind of let it sit there. And it really makes all the difference when you're letting your cigars kind of age a bit. So, yep. So there goes my appreciation for the cedar.
I love it. So do you have a name for this cigar yet?
Oh, sorry.
I do. See, you guys are in for a treat. Let me tell you something. Because I have not shared this. I have not shared this with anyone. Maybe I'm going to say only 3 individuals know. So of course my, the business is Stixx and Stones Productions, and the cigars are Stixx and Stones Cigars. So the full body is going to be called La Esencia de Amor. It means the essence of love. So these cigars are the essence of my love for the culture, for the cigar enthusiasts. And of course, I have a double wrap here. It's a nice Maduro, same size. I have 2 sizes, but I actually do like the 5x52. Like I said, is not a huge commitment to start with. And this is called Mi Gente.
Oh,
Mi Gente, my people.
Mi Gente. Yes. it's Mi Gente. So,
love the barber pole and everything.
Thank you. It's kind of like one of my favorites too, aesthetically, especially.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are the names of the cigars so far. I have other combinations, but I think I'm just gonna start with these 2, sort of an experiment to see how things go, and then we just go from there. So hopefully, knock on wood, everything's a success after that. I have a really good team beside me. So I feel really confident that we're heading in the right direction.
Yeah, it really seems like you guys are moving in the right direction. It definitely caught my attention. Not that I'm anything major in the cigar industry, but I'm the consumer. I'm the one that you're reaching out for, and it's definitely
Exactly.
appealed to me.
Thank you. And you are important because those are who are important is the consumer. The consumers are the ones that, they're the engine that keeps this, moving. Because if there's no consumers, then what do you have here? A bunch of companies with a bunch of cigars that are not going anywhere.
A bunch of dried leaves.
Thank you. A bunch of crusty leaves. That's what you have.
That's one
Exactly.
thing I really like that you have been doing, and I've noticed your tagline or your slogan is not a game, it's a lifestyle.
It's not a
I
game,
love
it's a
that.
lifestyle. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Thank
So
you.
I listen to it, and when I say it, I'm like, they out here playing. This is
Yeah,
me living my
and that's
life.
it.
They over here playing. They're playing games. This ain't a game.
Yep. That's exactly what it means. It wasn't it everything that I put out, everything that you see on my Instagram is 100% authentic. Um, when I'm not posting or I'm not engaging is because either I have too much going on, or it's just one of those days that I'm not in that space to engage in. And I always feel like you have to learn how to give yourself the time to reboot so that you could be your best and you could give your best. And everything that I put on is my best. Is me being authentic, is me being, it's just me being me. There's no frills behind it. It is what you see is what you get, and that's how I always live my life. And it's not a game, it's a lifestyle, because that's real. That's exactly how I live my life. Like everything you see me do, we're not playing out here. We're not playing. Honestly, everything you see me do, this is exactly what it is. You're not, I'm not creating content. I just happen to be living my life, and I'm placing that up to share it with everyone.
You're just documenting the journey.
Exactly. That's all it is. That's all it is. Because there's times where, I'm so busy living life. I'm so busy grinding and, focused that I'm not posting anything because I'm in the moment. I'm in the present, focusing on what I'm doing, and then I'll go back and then I'll engage. But I think it's very important to be present, be in the present moment and live life. It's not about, for me, it's not about the likes. If you like it, great. That's wonderful. Like my cigars too, while you at it.
Yeah, right?
But yeah, it's just basically like I said, it's, I'm documenting, it's sort of like a documentary of, the day to day and what I'm doing. And I also, just want to share a part of me and, what I'm building and who I have behind me doing it. I think it's really important to celebrate those who are a part of your journey, so yeah.
Nice.
That's wonderful. I love it. And looking at your pictures or whatever, I see pictures set up, and I can say they doing that for the gram. That's not real. They just doing that for the gram. And your pictures aren't set up like that. I can definitely see your, like Austin said earlier, I can definitely see you're just documenting your journey to where we at now. And
all right, guys. So we paused that interview, that wonderful interview with Wanda Hernandez. I hope you guys are enjoying it. We just wanted to pause and talk about the first third of Warfighter. Dice, what are you getting note-wise from Warfighter?
well, my first note I'm getting is definitely oak, and there's leather, hints of leather in the background. Leather. Am I saying that funny? Anyway, notes of leather in the background, and I'm actually enjoying it. It's a very easy, smooth smoke. There's nothing harsh about this at all.
No, I agree. Leather, oak. I get a hint of like a spice on the back end.
Spice. Yeah, I wouldn't say that's coming from you. I can see you getting that spice. I wouldn't think you would get that from your drink that you got, your old fashioned. But I wonder if the VSOP is like muting that just a little bit. I'm not really getting spice.
I definitely had to pause drinking to get the spice for sure.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's not overpowering spice, right?
No. It's definitely a smooth, easy smoke cigar, leather, oak, right on the money.
All right, I like it.
All right, so now we're going to take you guys back to the rest of the interview with Wanda Hernandez from Stixx and Stones production.
All right. I have another question for you about Stixx and Stones.
Yeah.
Like,
go ahead.
Why did we pick that name?
Very easy. So I used to, I was an event coordinator for a small boutique cigar company. I'm not going to name them here. But I just did, they really good cigars, nice events. What happened? I got involved. I started to learn about, more of the cigar business while doing it. But, I became really great friends with my good friend Kendall Word. He is like a creative genius. So, he's the one who, I collaborated with my nice logo that I have here. And so we're just sitting in my living room, literally sitting in the living room, just brainstorming. We're talking about perhaps creating a podcast like what you guys are doing.
Oh, yeah.
And we're just like shooting out, like just like I said, we're brainstorming, thinking about names. And he said Stixx and Stones. And I was like, well, what does that look like? I was trying to visualize it. And I was like, spelling it the phonetic way just seems boring. I said, it just seems boring. But I understood what Stixx and Stones were. I understood the meaning behind it. So, between him and I, we just perfected it. Very simple. Stixx. And the metal stones, because I'm a whiskey drinker, the metal stones that you put in the glass to keep it cool.
Man,
very simple.
What are you drinking on?
This is actually Sinju whiskey. So I don't know if you guys ever heard of it. It's a wonderful line. If you guys ever get a chance, I urge you to try it. And a good friend of mine is a representative of Sinju whiskey. I met him when I used to do the cigar events. And, there was a few collaborations. And I tried his whiskey a year ago. And since then, I've loved it. It's a good, it's a single malt. I personally, well, that's not a single malt, that's Scotch. But I personally like Scotch, nice single malt. But this is what I had at home. So cheers, guys.
Yes.
Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers.
Well, I will confess, Austin is the drinker. I'm sorry, I'm a one-note drinker. I'm Hennessy. That's what he drinks. His birthday, Jesus' birthday, Hennessy is all I drink. So
Hennessy is all you drink. Okay.
Austin will definitely. We will look for that whiskey.
Oh yeah, I'll look for that whiskey.
Yeah. It's a nice whiskey. It's pretty smooth. I don't like anything that is too. I think you have to enjoy what you're placing on your palate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if it's too harsh, if it's just. You see, I'm not a big drinker, but I do appreciate a nice spirit when I'm smoking. And for me, it just absolutely has to be smooth. Like I love Hibiki, I love Centauri. Those are actually like those are actually my go-to. What's the other one that I truly love? What is it called?
Glen Morangi.
Yes, Glenmore. Yes.
That's one of my goes-to.
Is it? Oh my God! It's one of my favorite Austins. It is one of my favorites. I swear. I always chop the name up, as you can see.
Oh yeah,
so,
yeah. Everyone. That's fine. Well, I do the same thing.
What we're gonna do is once we get your cigar, he's gonna make sure he has that with that cigar.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
I'll have that sent to you. I'll get it. I'll find it somewhere.
Beautiful. Oh, definitely.
Well,
I mean,
we'll do it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see. Did we cover everything, or you? The cigar. I just love the color. Your color. I don't know if it's my camera, but the color of that cigar is amazing. I love it.
It's the color, love. It's the color. It really. Wait until you see it up close. It's just a really well made cigar. You can see the craftsmanship in it, which I really appreciate. You know, when I purchase, cigars that I particularly love, for me, it's always about involving, as I said earlier, my five senses. The aroma, the feel, the sight, smell, taste, just the way the packaging sounds when you open it. It's just an entire experience that you get from it, So that's something that I'm working really hard to emulate. I want to create that experience, everything from the packaging to, down to the product itself, to the cigar itself. So, I've worked really hard on the labels and, the package and, also paying attention to the consumer. Last I said he's a consumer, because for me, that's the most important,
Right.
And just, keeping things, I like simple, there's no need to complicate things.
I can agree more.
Yeah.
I like it.
I prefer simplicity.
Some people like Rolex, some people like Movado. They're both going to tell you the time.
They're both going to tell you the time. Exactly. They're both going to tell you the time. So one just has more of a boastful reputation than the other. That's all that is. At the end of the day, it's metal.
You're right. You're 100% right.
You melt it down, it's metal.
That's true.
With all due respect, Rolex and Movado, because if you want to send me,
Yeah, if you want to send something this way.
Gifts. Yes, if you want to send it, I will gladly wear that medal on my wrist.
I'll shout your name out every time I wear it. I don't care. I'll do it.
It'll be the first thing that they see. I'll be like, hola, mi gente.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I know I can speak when I'm speaking to you. I feel the passion that you have for the industry, that you have for your product. I guess my question is, how close do you think you are to being to put something out on shelves?
I'm projecting for the summertime. It could have gone out sooner. I just wasn't satisfied with where the cigars were at. I know what I'm looking for, and I don't want to put this is good. However, as I said, it's my love letter. You don't write a half-assed love letter.
Correct. Yeah.
You give it your all.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's not there yet. And I'm my biggest critic. I have had some reputable feedback, which I completely appreciate. And it was positive notes. And so I'm just taking heed in what was told to me. It's nothing I didn't already know, but it was good to kind of have that, just that confirmation that, I need to just let them sit just a bit longer and just see what needs to be tweaked, and perfected as much as they possibly can. But to answer your question, hopefully by the summertime, it's more important. Timing is less important to me than what it is to produce a ready product.
Right.
What was that saying? Ain't no half stepping.
Ain't no half stepping. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I've put in a lot of resources in creating your own cigar line. I have much respect to those who have done it, who are doing it, because it's not an easy task.
Oh, yeah.
No.
It really isn't an easy task. And I've dropped a bit of little teasers. I've kept this very quiet because I'm the type of individual. You're gonna see me by my actions. I don't tend to share much, and for some people they're like, oh wow, this is what you're doing. No, this has been in the works for quite some time. I've been working on this quite some time. It's just this is when I feel comfortable and ready to now, drop a little teasers here and there about it. But I placed a lot of my resources into it. And I just feel really proud about that. I haven't relied on any loans, any investors, hopefully to make it a multi-million company. Let's pray, guys.
Yeah, nope, I'm on your side.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But for right now, whatever I can do on my own strength, I really want to do it that way because I just feel like pay the cost to be the boss.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I like to be the boss. I think I do. It is what it is. But you know what? I also I'm not the boss without having a great team. So I don't do any of this by myself. And honestly, these are good friends of mine who happen to have great set of skills.
We refer to those friends as circle of bosses. You got to have a circle of bosses around you. That's
absolutely
we live that.
Absolutely. I call us the network.
Ah,
I like it.
Everybody's got something, right?
Yes, I call us the network because I really feel strongly that I don't know if you realize, but I also like to promote a lot of small businesses and other entrepreneurs as well. I think that is important that we support each other. I mean, you can't do anything out here by yourself. I mean, let's be real.
No.
Yeah.
You just can't. I mean, as for me, I have a background where I had to rely on the team. I had to rely on my team, and it was vital. So I take that same concept into what I'm doing now. I understand that being a good leader is understanding that there are times where I have to listen to my team, and I have to allow a team member to take lead if that's what their wheelhouse is. And I'm more than happy to, because it's about the trust that I have for them and within them. So I only have people around me that I can trust, that I know, has my best interest at heart, and they're gonna be just as focused as I am in what I'm doing, and I'm gonna have that much more love and respect for the things that they're doing, and hopefully we could, grow together as individual entities and as our network. So that's something that I really like to stay focused on, because like they say, one hand washes the other,
Yes.
Yeah.
That's just the reality of life. One hand washes the other. And if we could do it with respect and love, I think that's perfect.
That was well said. That was beautiful. I loved it. I mean, you fit like our wheelhouse 100%. Cigars, leadership, you cover them both in just that one little speech.
Thank you.
Skill of a true master right there.
Thank you. We all have our bumps and bruises in life, but you either swim or sink. What are you gonna do? I choose to swim.
Yeah.
Well, what we normally say? What's plan B? Make plan A happen.
Plan A happen.
There you go. There you go. I like that one. Don't be surprised if I quote it.
That's fine.
Go
it's
for
out
it.
there.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I like that one. I always say there's no plan B. There's no option to fail.
Right. It all
Yeah.
leads back to making it happen. I love it. Austin, you have any more questions, sir?
Actually, so are we? I gotta know. Are we gonna see you at some expos soon?
Are you going to see us where?
At expos?
And expos, hopefully, I'm going to say I have plans for 2024 expos.
Okay.
So, definitely I pray that, things go as well as, we can head over to Las Vegas. But definitely 2024, we have plans to start, joining the Expo Crusade.
The road trip.
Yes, the road trip. I'm just like right now, 2023 has started off very beautifully, and I just want to see where things go, how it goes as far as getting these bad boys onto shelves. I have developed nice relationships and rapport with cigar lounges and owners here in New York, and I hope to create those same kind of relationships state to state. So that's like the focus, to be able to, for us to get these on the shelves. I don't care if it's a man's bathroom and they have a humidor. I mean,
I'm done.
I mean, wherever, gas station,
I hear you. Yes.
wherever. I don't have. Listen, whoever wants it, you can have it.
We just want to share the love.
You can purchase it. I just want to share the love. Absolutely.
Like it.
Absolutely.
I like
I just want to share the love. Yeah, but 2024, is a projected date. I think we'll be ready then. I don't, as I said before, I don't like half-assing anything. I built a reputation for myself professionally for 20 years, and I stand by it. So as being new in the cigar business, I'm building a reputation for myself, and I have a good reputation within the cigar culture. And it's important to me that that reputation coincides with what I'm putting out there. So I want to make sure that we're ready before we proceed with that.
Perfect.
Nice. Yeah, this was great. I love this. This is so awesome. I can't wait to see what you do in the future, because I know that I'm going to be watching and looking for those cigars coming soon on hopefully shelves across the states and across the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
From your mouth to God's ears. Yes.
All right, guys, welcome back. I hope you guys enjoyed that wonderful, amazing interview with Wanda Hernandez from Stixx and Stones Production. Man, does she have passion or what, Dice?
Yeah, no, I love it. I mean, I can listen to her all day, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm excited for the cigars that she's putting out.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm excited for those to hit the shelves. I'm excited for her to go on the Expo tour, so that way we can start seeing a little bit more of her, and really get her name out there.
Well, I think it's kind of cool. She shared the name of her cigars with us. She alluded to that we were one of the first ones to hear it. So you're hearing it here first. I expect nothing but great things. I can tell from her passion and the vision that she has for Stixx and Stones. I wish her all the best moving forward.
Absolutely. She's I feel like she, once she kind of gets off the ground and runs, she's going to be a force to be reckoned with.
She definitely has a good team around her. I can tell her support team, everything about it. Everything sounds great. So, I mean, there's nothing but success that can come from such greatness like that, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I think she's going to do well. Her team's going to do well. I wish them all of the best, all of the success in the world. I can tell she is going to bring the industry forward with that passion. I hope she sticks with it and keeps doing great things.
She's definitely bringing diversity to the industry because it's not really heard of as much, with being a female and being a minority female in the industry. So it's good to see the passion moving forward to where she wants to intervene her lifestyle into this, because it's not a game, it's a lifestyle.
Absolutely. I love it. That's all awesome. Love that she shared some leadership knowledge with us too.
Yeah, surprise.
Yeah, right. Man, it was a great interview. Do it again. So I look forward to hearing from her again, and hopefully let you guys know when everything comes out. But yeah, everything's great. I think Dice will take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll talk about our second, third, and then get into our leadership topic of doing the 3 Civ test from Socrates.
Socrates! All right. Hey, everyone. Thanks for listening to Leadership of the Leaf. I'm just letting you know, if you want to see what kind of cigars that myself, Dice,
and Austin,
what we're smoking on each episode, check out our Instagram on Leadership of the Leaf. All one word.
At Leadership of the Leaf. And please, leave us a comment. Send us a message with what other questions or what you guys are smoking on. Maybe you guys have some suggestions for us that we'd love to give it a shot.
At Leadership of the Leaf on Instagram.
Hello, this is Kathy, better known name as Kat from A Case Expert Painting, and you are listening to the Leadership of Leaf hosted by Dice and Austin.
All right. Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome back. We're going to start the leadership portion, but before we do, Mr. Austin.
Yes, sir.
Let's go over that second, third. What are you getting, my friend?
That oak has subsided. I'm getting a little bit of cedar, and it's starting to move towards cocoa, but I still have that leather.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with you on that. Cocoa is definitely moving in, but I get more of the oak. Maybe because it's what I'm drinking, but I'm getting more of the oak. Leather is still there. Oak is subsiding. Yeah, cocoa is definitely moving in. So I'm just predicting that the final third is going to be in the cocoa rim. But when we get there, I guess we'll find out, right?
Absolutely, yeah. No, we're excited. So let's jump into our leadership topic. I'm going to tell you guys a story from ancient Greece, talk about Socrates. So in ancient Greece, Socrates had a great reputation of wisdom. One day, somebody came to him and said to him, "Do you know what I just heard about your friend?" "A moment," replied Socrates. "Before you tell me, I'd like to test you on the 3 Civs." "The 3 Civs?" his friend asked. "Yes," continued Socrates. "Before telling anything about others, it's good to take the time to filter what you mean. I call it the test of the 3 Civs. The first Civ is the truth. Have you checked if what you're going to tell me is true?" His friend replied, "No, I just heard it." "Very good," said Socrates. "So you don't know if it's true. We continue with the second Civ, that of kindness. What you want to tell me about my friend, is it good?" His friend replied, "Oh no, quite the contrary." "So," questioned Socrates, "you want to tell me bad things about my friend, and you're not even sure if they're true. Okay, maybe you could still pass the test of the third Civ, that of utility. Is it useful that I know what you're going to tell me about this friend?" His friend replied, "No, not really. So," concluded Socrates, "what you were going to tell me is neither true, nor good, nor useful. So why then did you want to tell me this?" And it goes on with a quote from, I believe it's Pope Francis. It says, "Gossip is a bad thing. In the beginning, it may seem enjoyable and fun, but in the end, it fills our hearts with bitterness and poisons us too."
Yeah. I take liking to the 3 sieve test. By all means, a lot of things that I share is not necessarily. I don't necessarily use the 3 sieve test, but I guess in a roundabout way, I do. Because if I'm going to share news with someone or a group of someone's, I precursor it. I'm like, this is what I heard on the streets. This is what is going around. This is what I want to make sure is everyone is understanding that it may not be true, but I want to share the information because I don't want it to become true, or whatever the gossip is going to be. Such and such is sleeping with whoever, or someone's not pulling their weight at work, or anything like that. So I do pass it through a 3 sieve test, so to speak, but I don't necessarily use the 3 sieve test. And now that we're getting educated on it, maybe I will do that more.
Yeah. So for me, it's super easy to get caught up in gossip, right? You sit there and you hear something juicy about somebody else, and you're like, ooh, I'm gonna go tell somebody else. And you don't really think about, hey, is this true? Is it actually good, or is it useful that somebody knows something? Like, no, if it's not any of those things, then why spend the energy on it? There's already enough, in my opinion, there's already enough hate in the world. Why add more?
Yeah. Well, gossip undresses and shames and leaves innocent people who cannot defend themselves vulnerable. It unclothes human dignity and shames the other unfairly. We kill innocent people with our gossip and bad mouthing. Gossip is stripping of the human dignity by bitter souls. And I think that's also by Pope Francis, which also indicates that gossip is really not there for any other purpose other than to be like, shit, you know what I heard yesterday? It's really just try to belittle someone that's not there to defend themselves.
Yeah, and you have no idea what that person may or may not be going through. You have no idea if the first test, is it even true? If it's not true, then why are you even saying it? Yeah. If all you know, hey, this is what I heard on the streets. I heard so-and-so sleeping with so-and-so, and that person's married, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. But do we even know that it's, like, is it true? Because if it's not true, you may have just ruined a person or two's reputation with that. I've seen it personally in my own life. I'll tell you guys a story. I had two people under me. They were off on a business trip, and basically what ended up happening is the rumor got around. One guy, the guy, it was a guy and a girl. The guy got caught basically being naked where he shouldn't have been, and everyone thought that he was sleeping with this other girl. And the only evidence that they had was this girl, this chick, left a jacket, but it was in a public location. So the guy was naked in a public location. The only evidence to tie the female to it was a jacket. The guy's reputation got tarnished. Her reputation also got tarnished, and she was married, he was not, and it was a huge blow up because they still had to work with each other. They're on teams together, and they eventually had to move. The female requested to be moved, which is fine. She was moved to a different team and a different department, and just to kind of get away from everything, because everybody had already prejudged them. Well, they had no idea if it was true. All that we knew was the facts was the guy was naked somewhere he shouldn't have been. That was it. That's all we knew.
Well, I have questions.
Oh, please do.
The main question of that whole gossip scenario is, why was the guy naked?
He thought according to him, he thought it would be funny.
Well, it's funny to me
because he helicoptered the people that came and caught him.
I have no idea.
Right. Again, yeah. And that but because of the preconception of people that had no idea if it was true, they spread it around like wildfire. It got back to her husband, and her husband was livid, threatened divorce, and everything else. And she was like, "What are you talking about?"
Well, I would be none too happy to hear such story.
Right.
But the only facts of the whole scenario is the guy was naked.
Yep.
That's the only fact of that whole scenario.
Correct.
So now we go through this second test.
Right.
So there's nothing really there other than the fact that the guy was naked. Three sip test. We going to stop there.
Yeah, exactly. The dude was naked. Do we want to say it was kind? Nope, wasn't kind. So the only fact that we have is the guy was naked. Don't know if he was sleeping with this other girl. Is it kind? Obviously not, because she was married. And is it useful that we know this? Not really, because it has nothing to do with us.
Or actually nothing to do with the mission at hand, the focus of the team.
Yeah.
It's purely just gossip, and people want it to be that way. It's kind of like TMZ and all that crazy stuff out there, right?
Right.
They just say what's on the surface, and you take the truth, and then you can run with it because your imagination is running wild without even going through the other two sieves.
Yeah. So there's a 19th century story about the truth and the lie. And basically it goes, the truth and the lie meet on the road one day. The lie says to the truth, it's a marvelous day today. The truth looks up to the skies and sighs, and for the day was truly beautiful. They walked together for a while until they reached a beautiful well, and the lie tells the truth. The water in the well is very nice. Let's take a swim together. The truth, once again suspicious, tests the water and discovers that it is indeed very nice. They undress and start to bathe, and the lie jumps in out of the well, puts on the clothes of the truth, and runs off towards a nearby village. The furious truth leaps out of the well and runs to find the lie and get her clothes back. The villagers, seeing the naked truth, are horrified and look away with contempt and rage. The poor truth returned to the well and disappeared forever, hiding her shame. And since that day, the lie travels the world clothed as the truth. Meaning, the naked truth is never something that we want to see or hear, but a lie clothed in the truth is always something we'd be willing to listen to.
Yeah. What's the saying? Like if you go and someone's selling a refrigerator for free, they're not selling it, they're giving it away for free, and the next question is like, what's wrong with the fridge? Why are you giving it away or whatever? It's like, it's a perfectly working fridge. I'm just trying to give it away for free. No one takes it, right? But if he puts it on sale like Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, $50 for a fridge, like, oh, that's a deal. I'm down. It's the same fridge. But the truth is, I'm just trying to get rid of the fridge. I don't need it anymore. Whereas the lie is, I want to charge you $50 for the fridge. And everyone likes that better. Yeah.
They feel like they're getting a deal, even though it was free before.
Yeah. I never understood that, because majority of the masses, the ones that wants to eat up on the gossip, they don't really care for the truth. They don't really care if it's kind. They don't really care about any of the three sieves. They just want that gossip. They want that juicy gossip.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know, did you ever? So I played this game in my teacher had us play this game in I think it was elementary school, called Telephone.
Yeah.
Where they say something. You basically say something to the person, you whisper it in their ear one time, and then that person has to remember what they say and tell it to the next person, and it goes throughout 30 people, and by the time it gets to the end, it's it's morphed into something completely outrageous, or somebody else has changed it because they didn't hear it quite right, and all of these other things. And they're like, and when they write, the teacher wrote on the board to what they actually said. They're like, how did it get changed so much? And they're like, and then people start figuring out, well, when they told it to me, I didn't quite hear it, so I just filled in the blanks with some other stuff, and then I told it to them, and it's like, ah, there it is.
Yeah, that's 100% how it goes. I know dealing with a lot of conflict, listening to both sides of the story, everyone is going to tell their truth, how they see it, and because people see their truth differently, they have passion with what they're saying.
Right.
Once you get both party stories together, somewhere in the middle is actually what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And it bears the same with gossip. Now, majority of the time, gossip is just there to hurt. It's just that's just nature of
the team apart.
Correct. So, as a leader, being that you're into gossip, I know as a leader for me, I didn't want to spread any. So I know for a fact, whenever I was on the floor or working with the guys in the trenches, or whatever, they would ask me a question. I would stop and pause, and I'd be like, "Do you want the truth, or do you want me to lie to you?" And of course, majority of everyone, unless they're playing or tug on their ear for the lies, they want the truth. So I would absolutely tell them the truth, but I also precursor it with, now, if the baby's ugly, I'm going to tell you the baby is ugly. So you got to be prepared to hear the truth as you want to hear it, because I'm not going to gossip. I'm not going to feed you a line of bullshit. I'm just going to tell you the truth exactly how it is, directly from my mouth. So I don't want you to take any other direction other than the actual truth that I'm sharing with you. We are working late today. We are working to 7 today because this project has to be done. That's the truth behind it. There's no punishment involved. There's no ill will intact. It's just a mission, a project, a deadline that has to be met, and we are going to do it, and we're the team that's going to make this happen.
Yeah. It's crazy how much people would rather believe a sweet lie than the hard truth.
Oh, I thought we was just working late because the boss doesn't like us.
Nope, not the case.
That's not at all it. Matter of fact, if you want to know the truth, I volunteered my team to make this mission happen, to get the goal accomplished, because I have other faith in my team to make this happen with little to no mistakes.
Yeah, it's had nothing to do with the boss. It actually had to do with me. What? You volunteered us? Yup.
I 100% did, and I don't want it to come off any other direction.
Yeah. And the best way to dispel the gossip, because the water cooler is always going to be there, right? The rumor mill is always going to be there. And the best way is when you hear that stuff as a leader, you bring the people together and you go, "This is what happened. This is the truth, and this is how we're going to treat it. This is how we're going to move forward. Boom. This is what I want from everybody." And a lot of times people are, and then you open it up for questions. People are like, "So wait, this didn't actually happen?" No, it did not happen. Here's how the board meeting went. I was there. Let me tell you how it went. Oh, all right, cool. Here's the CEO to tell you what I just told you, exactly how the board meeting went. Boom.
I'm gonna use the exact words that were said.
Here's my notes.
Yeah, there's a scenario back in the day where someone I knew got like a DUI, and the story of this guy getting the DUI was like he ran over this and he hit a mailbox and he did this, all kinds of crazy stuff, and then the police pulled him out the car and did all. None of that happened. None of that was true. None of it. The fact is the guy got a DUI, pulled in his driveway, and met police or whatever was right behind him, and they cited him right there on the spot.
Yeah.
There was no trouble. Actually, the police followed him home to make sure he got home safe before they even cited him.
Yeah.
That's the truth. But that's not what is going around on the rumor mill. The rumor mill is he had holes in the car, like all kinds of crazy stuff is going on. Like, no. Strip all that false out of the whole equation, and this is exactly what happened. Yes, he's still going to get the business for getting a DUI, but all the extra stuff, you're just adding that because you want the fairy tale, you want that fable to sound more lavish than it actually was.
Right. And people, and what I've noticed is a lot of times, at least from my perspective, people get bored with their own lives, right?
Yeah,
life becomes monotonous. If you're not careful, life will become monotonous, guaranteed. So what they'll try to do is when they hear something fantastical like that, they embellish, or they'll add their own spin on it because they want that to be true, because, or they'll oh, I bet this happened too, because they are thinking, if that happened, oh, maybe my life isn't so bad. This monotonous life may not be so bad. If this happened to this guy, maybe I have it better. And when in reality, that's not at all what happened. You're just trying to add that stuff because your life is boring.
Or someone is great and they want to attack that person's character. I've seen that a lot too. Like, oh, he's such a high performer. He does this. Everything he does is so great. But guess what happened last weekend?
Yeah.
They're just trying to belittle that person to make themselves, as you were saying, feel better about themselves in the long run. Like, hey, at least I'm not that fucking guy. It's not the case. Sometimes the truth is just exactly what it is. Sometimes it's not always pretty, but it's still the truth. If it's not kind, then why do you want to? No one ever spreads the rumor about like, oh, Johnny adopted a abandoned kid, and now the kid is growing up and he's going to be a doctor. No one spreads that rumor, right?
No, yeah, because that's not fun. That makes you feel bad about your own life for not adopting a kid and making them the next lawyer or Elon Musk or whatever. Oh, I didn't adopt the next Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, he adopted a kid and the kid is a crackhead. Oh my god, right. I don't know how he became a doctor being a crackhead like that. What?
Yeah. Do you hear yourself?
I've used that before. I'm like, did you actually see him smoke the crack? No. Did you see him like do a hand to hand and get crack from someone? No, I didn't. How do you know he smokes crack? I don't know. That's just what I heard.
Boom. Doesn't even pass the first sip test. Get out. Yeah.
Everybody wants that, right?
Okay, keep my name out your mouth.
Okay, Will Smith. I found that whole thing horrible.
Oh yeah, I mean, jokes are one thing, and that's sometimes how I wonder if it doesn't start that way. People telling jokes. Oh, I wonder if it was like this, and haha, wouldn't it be funny if it was like that? And then somebody overhears it and takes it as gospel, and then they run with it.
Yeah, I'm at the bar chopping it up with you and be like, hey, did you hear that shit about Steve? Oh, let me tell you. Then, of course, I'm embellished because now I have everyone's attention. We've been drinking. We've been enjoying our libations, smoking cigars. Of course, I want to try to entertain. That's my point right now, is to entertain. And then the next day at the water cooler, what I was saying to entertain, now everyone is taking that as gospel. Whoa. Well, I was just trying to be funny. He wasn't wearing a pink shirt. I was just saying that.
Yeah. No, he didn't come into work with the tutu on. Where the hell did you hear that from? From you? Shit.
No, I said I think it would have been funny if he came to work with a tutu on. Could you imagine him wearing a fucking tutu? Oh, yeah. I could see stuff like that happening. But all right. Let's spin this back to the leadership point. As a leader, once you hear gossip, you need to dispel gossip. You need to stop rumors from happening on the spot, because rumors is only going to distract from the focus of the team, which the whole point of leadership is to get the whole team moving in the same direction anyway. So now if everybody's ostracizing someone because he wore a pink shirt and tutu, and that really never happened, and now they're giggling about him, and he's with trying to get the mission or the task to move forward, like slowing your team down.
Yeah. I remember I had to help a boss with a project, and people took exception because I wasn't working on the task. I was working on this other side project, and my entire team, was sitting there, and so when I finally finished that project for the boss, that had nothing to do with the mission at hand today. I got shit on. I got the crappiest job left over because they left all the bad jobs because nobody wanted to do it. And they're like, well, maybe if you weren't, sucking up to the boss, maybe you wouldn't be in this position. And, it took a little bit to be like, what the hell is your problem? Like, all I was doing was helping the boss. And, well, maybe if you weren't a teacher's pet. And then the next day it came around that all I did was help the boss out with special projects, and I actually did no work. And it took, a long time for people to be like, oh, that's not actually the case. It was, he had a special project and it actually did help the team out. They just didn't see it at the time.
Right. They didn't understand the third Civ, which is the utility of what was actually going on.
Right. Right. And I've had it happen in other times. I've had people where I'm like, hey man, why did it take you 3 hours to get this 1 hour task done? They're like, what are you doing? Timing me with a stopwatch? And I'm like, no, I'm not timing you with a stopwatch. I just know it took you 3 hours because this happened. Sure enough, fast forward 6 months, it's being reported up to my boss's boss's boss that I was timing people with a stopwatch. And I was like, no, that's not at all what happened. Can I tell you what happened? And once they heard it, they're like, oh, okay. And I was like, I didn't even get onto the guy. I literally asked him, hey man, why did it take you this long? And he said, oh, because I was training 3 other people. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Sounds good. Next time, let me know that you're going to train people so I'm not expecting this to be done in an hour. Oh, okay, sure thing, boss.
To me, I took over a second shift, swing shift. I took over swing shift, and I was like, I'm a different boss than everyone else had before. I don't take no nonsense. I mission focused, task focused, oriented on getting the task done, the job complete to the best of whatever ability. Word got back to me that I was walking around saying, I am King Kong of this, and I run this shit. This is my show, and this is how it's going to be regardless of whatever you think. I'm like, is that what everyone heard I said? Because I didn't say that. That's not at all what I said. I'm butting into a new leadership role to where I didn't have really like the parental guidance over me. This is my show now. So I wanted everyone to know that it was my show. Yes, I'm the leader of this team, but I wasn't cocky. I wasn't like my way or the highway kind of guy. But that's the way the rumor mill went, that I was walking around like my shit don't stink. No, by all means, my shit do stink. I want to clean that shit up. Let's do this. Let's do this as a team.
Yeah. I remember working for you, and rumor got back to the other shifts that you were letting us basically go home early so we could have time to go off and do whatever the heck we wanted, play basketball, whatever. And we had to go through. They put us through tests to see if we knew what the hell we were talking about, and it turned out we all passed because that wasn't what happened. But the rumor mill was that we just got to fuck off and not do anything all night.
Yeah, and I remember that rumor because that pissed me off. I was like, you guys really think that I would run a team and let them do whatever the fuck they want? Do y'all not know me by now? Yeah, that was the second phase of my leadership, to where I had to take my focus from the team and then appease the bosses with what the fuck was actually going on.
Right. Everyone needs to remember, humans are geared towards the negative, right? That's how we survive. Fire hot. Got it. Johnny ate berries. He died. Got it. I'm gonna remember all of the negative shit I hear, so that way I don't do what fucking Johnny did, and I don't do what Stevie did and touch fire. I'm not gonna do that stuff. So that's why people are geared towards the negative, and they just sit there and they'll only remember and they'll only spread the negative. The people very rarely spread good things. And I've always told people it takes about 10 good things to wipe out one bad thing that you've ever done.
Yeah. No, you got me back on that. I was so mad. I was so angry. I was like,
started it.
Yeah, well, because we were so successful. We was like, what was the task at hand? Let's make that happen. Okay, let's do a little extra task to even propel the whole team, not just my team, the whole team forward. We went above, in my opinion, of course. Well, stats, the numbers don't lie. We went above and beyond a lot of what we was going through.
I worked 14-hour shift for you.
Yeah, but yet I let you go home early. I let the whole team go home early to play basketball or Facebook, Xbox Live together or some shit like that. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, and I was like, I was pissed off with you because I was like, what? I was like, gee, because I came in the next day, I think, after the 14-hour shift, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And they're like, what? I was like, I worked a 14-hour shift just trying to make this entire team successful, and you're sitting here bad-mouthing us? Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, that goes to show that it was just trying to tear down the whole team. They're trying to tear down our character because we was pretty much running circles around whoever would come up against us.
Oh, yeah.
We was good at what we do. We always made plan A happen.
Yeah.
Regardless of what roadblocks we hit, we still made plan A happen. I remember getting the team together and be like, hey, we're missing such and such parts. What can we do to make this happen? Because they need this by tomorrow. They need widget A by tomorrow without fail. And I remember making that happen.
Yeah.
Like, how could they do that and get off early?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did not.
Anybody that has worked for me before my second, third career, anybody that worked for me before would know that, yeah, Dicey don't play that.
Yeah. Yeah. Leaders just got to stop the gossip. You got to make sure that people know the truth. However much it sucks, whatever that truth is, right? That naked truth, it sucks to hear, but people need to hear it sometimes. If you have 3 shifts, right, and third shift isn't pulling their weight, then third shift needs to hear that they're not pulling their fucking weight. Hey, why are we cleaning up after third shift? And then second shift and first shift or whatever, you go on down hey, you guys aren't pulling your weight in this area, you guys aren't pulling your weight in this area, and you guys aren't pulling your weight in this area. Boom, boom, boom. And I always told my people, I'm like, look, I throw stones at anybody who's not pulling their weight because I tell them the truth. It sucks to hear, but I tell them the truth. And it makes it easy for me to throw stones at other people if my people are doing the right things. But I've had it come up where people are like, well, your people aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. I'm like, got it, I'll handle that, but I need you guys to also do what I need you guys to do, because this is what we found, XYZ. Please tell me if you find my people doing the same thing so I can handle it just like I expect you guys to handle it. I need to hear the truth just as much as you guys.
Well, it's a lot of times people just don't want to peel that onion back and actually figure out what's actually going on. For an example, let's say there's 3-shift operation, right? And there's taskers for each shift. And then the turnover from shift 1 or day shift is the exact same turnover that they got the next day. All they see is we're doing the same shit that we turn over to you guys. Unbeknownst to them, maybe there was a bomb threat, maybe there was an active shooter or something, but that's not in the notes. All you see is they didn't get the shit done. They don't know that the building was on fire and we just saved like 3 people's lives because the building was on fire. They just see the notes or the turnover is the exact same. So they're going to take that and take it as a rumor mill, like, the third shift isn't getting their shit done, they're not doing their job, without finding out the truth, the facts, or even the utility of anything that's going on, because there's nothing really kind to say that. So the second Civ is going to be almost useless in this scenario, but they refuse to understand the facts of what's actually going on.
Yeah, it's very rare that, especially if you have a shift or you have teams, team wars, shift wars are a real thing, and if you don't quash them, then it's just going to propagate and make everybody unhappy, make everybody get very disgruntled, and not really want to show up to work. Yeah.
Don't worry about what the other shifts have done. Don't worry about that. You just focus on what we got to get accomplished. Fuck them. We ball.
Yeah, I don't know how many times I told that to my shifts. I'm like, guys, I don't care what they did. Well, but they're not pulling their weight. Okay, so you tell your people that they're not pulling their weight. Now, in the meantime, after you've told them that they're not pulling their weight, what are you doing to pull your own damn weight?
Right. Oh, so much to unfold there, sir.
I'm just saying. I was raised everybody needs to pull their own weight. If everyone pulled their own weight, we would get so much more accomplished.
Focus about what you are doing. Focus on that.
Exactly. Yeah, this one is it's a hard one because it's so abstract.
Well, you can't stop gossip.
It's impossible.
Yeah, what's going to happen is just the gossip isn't going to get to you. They're still going to gossip. It's just a lot of times they don't want to hear the truth. So if they know you're a truth sayer, the gossip is going to kind of bypass you. Then once you catch wind of some gossip, then that's, as a leader, or even not necessarily a leader, maybe you're in charge of something, it's up to you to stop or dispel any rumors or gossip that's going around. Now, also, if you're part of the team, eliminate the gossip. Don't be part of the problem. Be part of the.
Yeah. It's if you're a part of the team and you're hearing the gossip, stop it. Go, hey guys, is this really useful that we're saying this? Is this really what we should be focusing on, or should we be focusing on the task at hand?
Right. Great example. You believe in Bigfoot?
No.
Oh, of course not. Right. There's no solid, truthful evidence to it.
Yeah.
But people believe it.
Yeah. Same thing with the Loch Ness Monster.
People believe it.
Yep.
Even after there's been findings of a flotation device that someone took a picture of. Even after all the discovery, they still want to believe there's something out there in the Loch Ness, in the lake.
Yeah. Well, look at this picture I took. Man, that's blurry as all hell. What the hell did you take a picture of?
Well, no, I believe it because it's gossip and it's good, and it makes me feel good about myself.
Okay. So just be cautious out there as leaders. Make sure people gossip about everything under the sun for no damn reason, no reason at all, and it just serves no purpose.
Yeah, what's that saying? Gossip is a bad thing. It may seem enjoyable and fun, but in the end, it fills our hearts with bitterness and poisonous.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean that's a perfect little innuendo for, I guess not innuendo, perfect saying for gossiping.
Yeah, it has nothing good. With that, are you in your final third?
I am in my final third, sir. And that cocoa we were talking about is there. The hints of oak and leather are hanging in, but cocoa has kind of taken the forefront, and it's pairing very well with this Hennessy.
Nice.
And you?
Yeah, that cocoa is there. It's on mine. It's a little bit mellower, and I'm still getting leather and a little bit of cedar.
All right. A friend of mine actually tried Hennessy for the first time. I think it was the first time. And they said they took a sip and they was like, oh, that's strong. Then they took 2 more sips, and then next thing you know, that they're drinking it, no problem. So Hennessy is a sipping drink, my people.
Yeah, that's Hennessy's good stuff. I have drank Hennessy with you. We've drank it together many times. I do enjoy Hennessy every time I drink it with you, but I usually save it for when I'm with you because that's what I know what you drink. You drink Hennessy, but
I share it with very few people. I share my Hennessy collection with very few people, so you're welcome, my friend.
Oh, I do appreciate it every time you share it with me. Yeah. So, with that being said, your opinion on this Warfighter, single, 5-pack, box?
Against my better judgment, I'm actually going to say 5-pack.
Oh.
I'm going to actually say 5-pack. It started off good. The finish is great. I love the finish, but it started off good. So I'm just going to lean towards 5-pack.
All right, fair enough. I think I would agree with you. As a person who's bought a 5-pack of these and I've smoked several of them, it's not something that I just instinctively reach for. I don't know what it is about this cigar. It's good, but it's not something that I would just be like, yep, I could smoke that a lot. I have no problem smoking a lot of these. You put me in front of an Undercrown Maduro, Undercrown Shade, even a Macanudo Inspirado White. Something about this cigar isn't as nice and isn't as enjoyable as those other ones that I've bought boxes of, but I would definitely keep a 5-pack.
Yeah. Well, it seems like we're trying to give it a negative, but it's definitely not a negative. I don't want listeners to be like, oh, they hated it. No, I don't hate the cigar by all means. It's just I'm gonna go with 5-pack. Yeah,
no, I agree. It's not a cigar that I hate by any means, any stretch of the imagination. It's a great cigar. I just don't see me smoking a box of these. I think it would be similar. So everyone knows I bought a box of Oliva. That was my first box purchase. At the end of the Olivas, I was so tired of Olivas, I haven't smoked one since. And I think that's just something like this with these, that I would just get tired of them. It's like a slog to get through a box. But a 5-pack, I'd be like, okay, just pick one up every once in a while and be fine. No big deal.
Yeah, if I had a box, it would sit in my humidor for a minute.
Yeah. I can agree with that. I've bought a box of American Viking Obrigados, and I love that cigar. I could smoke that all the time. I think if this was maybe shorter and wasn't as much of a time commitment, maybe that would change my mind.
Maybe. By all means, Warfighter Cigars, I don't want to disrespect you. These was great. I love veteran-owned companies. I love this cigar.
Yep.
I just don't see a box, my friend.
No, I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. But until next time, I'm Austin.
And I'm Dice.
And we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Yes, sir. Thank you for listening to Leadership of the Leaf. The comments and opinions expressed by the host and guests does not reflect the opinions of those that broadcast this show, nor does it reflect any of our affiliates. Thank you for listening to Leadership of the Leaf. The comments and opinions expressed by the host and guests does not reflect the opinions of those that broadcast this show, nor does it reflect any of our affiliates.